Welcome everyone, and I am so excited to share this property with you today. Now, normally we take you on property tours of cookie cutter mansion homes in master plan communities and wonderful neighborhoods. This is something different. So this house is situated on 2 acres. This is very different than anything I've shown you before. So let's come inside and check this out. Now, we do have a ranch style home and it's about 3,000 square feet. Close that door. This has been fully remodeled, so I'm going to show you some of the remodeling. A lot of this is pretty typical for Las Vegas, so we'll kind of go over that as we come along. Now, the flooring, this is actually the exact same flooring that I use on a lot of my remodel properties for rental units. This is a luxury vinyl laminate, so you can run this throughout the entire house because it is water resistant. Now, over here, we have, suit of a breakfast nook / formal dining area, nice lighting fixture. This is what I want to know from you guys. Leave your comments below. They made an accent wall, and it's an accent wall that's made out of laminate flooring, so it's kind of like a pine look. Pine, oak, I'm not sure exactly, but tell me what you think. When you get close, you can kind of see where the nail punctures went in instead of having it glued and affixed to the wall. But let me know what you think as far as that look compared to the gray and white motif that goes on throughout here. But they did a good job tying it all together. Now, this kitchen area is fantastic. One of the most popular things that you see now are having dual islands. So I think they did a wonderful job with this dual island. We'll talk a little bit more on that side here in a little bit. But the island, this is a prefabricated quartz countertop. So it looks like Calcutta. We've seen this a million times before. But again, this is prefab, and I'm gonna show you the difference between a full mitered edge versus a prefab. So this is a waterfall. I mean, I think it looks fantastic. I think we pretty much all kind of agree, but it's only 1.5 inches. That's the difference between a prefab versus going full custom. Now for the cabinetry, fantastic. At this level, this is the same thing that I use all the time in my remodel. So a modern shaker style cabinet, they went with a modern crown. And then to tie in, like I said, from the pine look of the accent walls, they went with a similar style pull for all the drawers and all the doors. Kind of ties it all together. The black accents match the chevron style backsplash, which I really like. Now, I'm a simple person, so little things like this kind of make me happy. I really like the implementation of this microwave. I know, am I weird or what? But I like this. I just like that you just press the button and it automatically comes out. Maybe I'm just a simpleton, I don't know. This kind of titillates me. So moving along, we do have a professional 36-inch Thor range. This one's electric. Most of the time you see the gas ones. And this is also accented by a 36-inch Zephyr commercial grade vent hood. Again, we continue with more of the cabinetry. Over here we have the drop-in sink, pretty standard faucet. The appliances go from having the Thor appliances to Samsung. So Samsung dishwasher, Samsung refrigerator. So we've got 3 different types of appliances that we're working with here. Now, one of the issues with this kitchen, however, is you don't have a pantry. So this is kind of all it gets, but I'll show you later, there's a lot of storage under these islands. Moving over to the second island, if you want to keep kosher, we have our second sink here. A little bit neat. If you're an ice snob, we have a little ice chest here as well. And lovely pendants, again, keeping that motif. You do have the wood with the black accents, really ties everything together. So I like that aspect. We do have an abundance of recessed lighting that they put in, modern 5,000 color temperature. Again, coming over here, these are actual, for sure, pine. So we have pine shells with the black accents. Nice. Now this is fantastic. We have about a 20-foot slider. It's not a pocket, so it's just gonna deploy and collapse. But when you see this backyard, this is a great spot to be. Now, actually stay there because we need to get the perspective. This is another thing that I want you guys to comment on and let me know. Is this just my OCD? This isn't mid-century modern, so asymmetry is not what we're going for here. But we have the same laminate that they put on the wall to make this accent wall, but over here, we don't have it. Am I the only one that has an issue with it, or is this perfectly acceptable to everyone in the world besides me? Another thing I don't love is having the exposed electrical outlets right next to the media wall. That could have been done a little bit more elegantly, or maybe put them on the side of the media wall so they're not so obvious. Now, the media wall is nice. So they went with a 12 by 24 inch porcelain tile that looks like marble. And then we have a modest 50 inch electrical fireplace. All the remodels now, everything you see is electrical. So the electric fireplace is nice. And of course we have a modest 65 inch television. So that takes care of this main space. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to where we came from and we're gonna show you the primary suite and one of the secondary bedrooms. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Ashley. She's keeping me honest. So like I was saying before, we don't have a pantry, but we do have an abundance of cabinetry storage. So right down here where these bar stools are, we do have a bunch of undermount cabinetry. So this is really nice because of the size of this island. Oh, one other thing, when we were talking about the countertops, let's come back over here. So when you have a full custom mitered edge, basically imagine if it comes out to here and you cut it on a 45-degree angle and folded it like paper. That's where you can get 3-inch, 6-inch reliefs and you have those monolithic looking countertops. Here, you can see right here, clearly there's a visible line and you can see in other areas where the pattern isn't book match and it doesn't match quite perfectly. That's because it's only 10 mil thick and it's glued together. So again, it's a more affordable way to do it. And this isn't, a $3 million mansion property, so it's perfectly acceptable for a property of this kind, but I just wanted to educate you guys so that way you know what to look for. Back to the main entry area. Off the main entry, we have a really nice bright bedroom. This would be great for an office as well. It counts as a bedroom because we do have an actual closet here. And then we have the window leading out to the front of the property. Now, coming over this direction, now this could be closed in and made into another bedroom, but right now this is kind of a den, an open office, if you will. No recessed lights, which would be kind of nice, especially if you're working at night. But we do have the double French doors leading out to the backyard. So really a nice space. And again, this would be pretty closed off leading to the primary suite if this were a bedroom. So having said that, let's check out the primary suite. And if you guys watched my videos, you know that I've been struggling with primary suite, so we're making progress. All right, now we're in the bedroom space. So let's talk about this accent wall. I really like it. It's a very modern look. I think they did a great job with it. I'm picking nits here, I know this. But having spent all the time, effort, and money to make this wall, I think it wouldn't have cost much more to just case in the windowsills. A lot of times you'll see higher end homes that just have naturally cased in windowsills. I have them in my home. Going through all this exercise, it wouldn't have been too much more to just case this in. I would have liked to seen that touch. Now, actually, let's spin around this way. We're doing a little loop-de-loop. Another little criticism, again, just like the media wall we had in the family room, 12 by 24 inch porcelain tile that looks like marble. They kept the original gas fireplace here. Everything for a price, right? I think it would have made more sense to just get rid of this completely, build a media wall here, put in an electric fireplace. This would really kind of tie the room together. This is still a little bit old school from what we're used to, but we do have electrical here for your flat panel television. And again, tell me, am I being overly critical or is this perfectly acceptable to everyone? Coming along this direction, oh, I think we forgot to turn the light on in here. We have the bathroom. So behind me, this is the closet. Not much to see. It's pretty much a normal closet, a little bit upgraded, so it's a little bit nicer than normal. Now again, in the primary bathroom, the flooring is still the vinyl luxury laminate flooring. So again, it's water resistant. You don't have to worry about any drips coming out of the shower, anything like that. Over in this direction, this is, again, I'm picking nits here, and I don't know if this is gonna show up on film, but we have the Calcutta quartz countertops, prefab like we discussed earlier. And then they merged this with a ceramic Calcutta tile. So remember we talked about skymorphism in the last video, but I couldn't pronounce it over and over. That's this. Both of these are not actually Calcutta marble. One of the things that I have an issue with is this is a grayish color, which perfectly matches everything. When you get close, you can tell that the countertops are more of a brownish hue. so up against each other, there's a little bit of a contrast. From a distance, this looks fantastic. I'm sure on film looks fantastic. I would have gone a little different direction. But we have lovely light fixtures, nice job with the mirrors. We have the illuminated mirror right here by the makeup vanity. That's fantastic. I really, really like this shower. So we do have a massive walk-in shower. It's a huge size. I mean, I'm pretty broad-shouldered, a bigger dude, and this is great. So we have our hand wash wand. We have a rainfall style waterfall shower head. We have a huge area for all your shampoo and conditioner that I don't use. And in general, this is a really great size shower. I like the shower pan. They did a really wonderful job building the shower pan. We have a modern drain, and the transition is fantastic. Very, very popular. We see over and over pretty much every higher end remodel. We have our soaking tub here with a little pedestal for your faucet. Maybe a little bit weird because without a window covering, you're literally staring at the front of the home. But you do have fences and there's no one over here, so no one really cares what you do. One of the virtues of living on 2 acres of land. We have just a regular toilet over here, so not much to see. All right, now that we've seen the primary suite, we're gonna walk through the house one more time, and then we're gonna show you some of the secondary bedrooms that are on the other side of the house. All right, so now that we're back by the family room, this wing of the house is where you're gonna find all of the secondary bedrooms. And keep in mind, this house is 3,000 square feet, but it feels really intimate. I genuinely love this house. This is a home that, it feels like home, if that makes any sense. Whether you like the finishes, like the style, this has a really good feel, tons of natural light. I really love it. So this is gonna be one of the secondary bathrooms. This is more the secondary bathroom that's going to be like a powder bathroom for all of your guests. So we have the same Calcutta quartz countertops. They went with a decent ceramic 12 by 24 inch tile, a little bit thicker grout lines, but they did tile off everything here. Looks very nice. Where we started to cut some corners is the cabinetry here. This is actually the original cabinets. So these are just oak cabinets that have been painted white. You're gonna see this in all of these secondary bathrooms. It's fine. Again, these are secondary bathrooms, pretty typical from a remodel. A little linen closet here. And then this is one of the secondary bedrooms that will use that bathroom. So we have a walk-in closet, and again, this is the front of the home. So this looks right into the front driveway area. Now, let's see the third bedroom here. So again, we have a third bedroom, nice light fixture, kind of makes more sense to have a ceiling fan, but no recessed lights. So while they put in an abundance of recessed lighting, they kind of skimped a little bit on the secondary bedrooms because they're secondary bedrooms. Now what's neat is this bedroom comes right into this Jack and Jill. So again, same linen looking 12 by 24 inch tile for the backsplash, same Calcutta quartz countertops, and like I told you before, we have the original cabinetry that's been painted white. A little bit of a tight shot, Ashley, but if we get in here, you can see we have our shower, we have a bathtub, so if you do have children, this is the one that you're going to be using for the children. And this leads us to our last of the secondary bedrooms. So again, same light fixture, no recessed lights, it is what it is. We're going to come out here into the hallway. And then the last thing we're gonna see inside this part of the dwelling is the laundry room. So a little weird, you don't normally see a massive water heater in the laundry room, but you do here. So we have the water heater in the laundry room. We have a nice huge shelf area and a drop-in stainless steel sink. But again, cut some corners. We have the original oak cabinetry that's been painted white, no crown. But again, do you really care? It's a laundry room. And this home is priced really well considering you're on 2 acres of land, you got 3,000 square feet, and you have a casita. You're not gonna get everything. So we do have hookups for a gas dryer, and you know, that's pretty much it. I mean, kind of neat. You do have a little natural light like most of this house. Now we're gonna back up a little bit and we're gonna show you kind of a neat approach. So this door leads us to the backyard, which we will show you later, but this is the quickest way to get to the casita. So, as we come under, this is a massive patio cover. I mean, massive. We'll show it to you a little bit later when we get to the backyard. But this is a separate dwelling. So this is where the casita and the garage is located. A little bit weird that you would actually park in the garage and either go through the casita, otherwise you'll actually have to take this walkway around into the house. Maybe not the best for modern architecture, but something's got to give in this property. So in here, now we have the casita. They did put the recessed lighting in. You have your dedicated AC, HVAC, shutters. It's a casita. It's nice enough. Just like we saw in the other secondaries, we have the same tile, same countertops, original oak cabinetry. And if you can kind of get in here a little bit, Ashley, you can see we have the same kind of shower and we have a bathtub. So for a casita, I would say this is really nice. A lot of times in remodels, you don't see them remodeling the casita. Now, here's where it gets a little weird, where you would either leave your garage, walk around the entire dwelling, or you can shortcut through the casita. So let's shortcut through the casita and let's show you the garage. Now, technically this is a 2-car garage, but a normal 2-car garage is going to be around 400 square feet. This is technically 1,000 square feet. I'm kind of thinking the 1,000 square feet is including this casita, but the casita is 250 square feet. But check this out. I mean, this is a really large garage. I mean, we've got a Range Rover and a Porsche, and as we come down here, you'll see there's still plenty of room. So if you're someone who drives a big truck, there's no issue parking in here. You're good to go all day long. Nice storage area here. And then of course, over here, you have a massive storage area, including a little teeny water heater, but that water heater is to power and provide water to the casita that's behind us. All right, now we've seen the entire inside of this property, including this garage. So let's cut and let's go to the backyard, finish this up and show you this ridiculous lot that we're sitting on. All right, guys, now I kind of lied to you about being in the backyard, but we're gonna show you right now. But first, I wanted to show you the transition, because now we have this full slider open. And as you can see, not being a pocket, it just deploys and collapses. But I have to say, this Western wall system, a lot of the sliders that we check out are very difficult to manipulate. This one just slid like it was on butter. Very, very nice, great job. Now, this patio cover, which I'm going to show you, is massive. It's about 100 feet long, so it's one of the largest patio covers you'll ever see. Now, this direction down here was the casita and the garage that we showed you earlier. We're going to take you on a little tour of this patio cover. So right over here to our right, we've got an above ground hot tub. So controversial as far as people loving, not loving, but it's close to the master suite. So that's what's important. Man, I said master suite. It's supposed to be primary suite. I'm never gonna get this right. I am just too old. Sometimes you can't teach an old dog new tricks, right? I get it right, then I get it wrong. All right. We didn't talk about this before, but this is awesome. So this is the primary suite over here, but this is a great retreat right off of the primary. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of having these patio cover areas off the master. It's a romantic idea, but most people never use it after the first week of living there. This I would actually use. I actually really like it. All right, so we've seen this patio cover area, but now it's time to see this massive backyard. So let's hop back here and see a little bit more. All right, so now we're in the backyard. I mean, you can see this pool area, and trust me, this is a massive space, and this isn't even using the full 2 acres of land. So let's spin around and see a little bit of this. Love the trees, love the shade. We have a great outdoor area. So we've got a nice fire pit, a nice seating area, and I mean, this is just monstrous. So you can do whatever you want. There's plenty of room to improve. Now, obviously this is the back of the home, so it's, yeah, we could do a little bit of landscaping here to make this look better. We got the hot tub, and you can see almost the entire length of this roof is solar. That solar is actually for the pool to warm it. So very, very neat, very efficient. Obviously over here, we have another massive space. Right now, they've got it set up for a little putting green, but you could have, bocce ball, you could have cornhole. I mean, this is the place to have a party. Now over here, I love this. This is really neat. We've got a sand volleyball court. I mean, how much fun would this be to have a party in the backyard? All right, now let's check out this pool a little bit. So we've got the pavers that bring us down towards the pool. And then of course we have, you can see this cream area. This is cool deck. So if you aren't familiar with cool deck, if you're from the Midwest, this, especially when it's 110 degrees here in Las Vegas, this becomes very pertinent because this is chemically treated. So you can walk barefoot in 115 degrees and this will not burn the bottom of your feet. Really lovely. Now the pool looks nice and sparkly. We've got a stacked stone backsplash, and we have the sheer descent waterfalls. The waterfalls are called sheer descents. Really, really nice. We have a very deep Baja shelf over here. Normally the Baja shelves that are more modern are, you know, about 6 to 8 inches deep, just enough to get your back wet. This one's substantially deeper. This one's probably about 16 inches. So this is more like to put a chair in there. You'll drown in a chaise lounge, but love this pool. Now, if you have a green thumb, if you're into organic food and you want to, you know, make your own food, this is awesome. So behind me here, this is a really large greenhouse. So earlier when we were shooting, we already saw a coyote. So you are very much in the desert and very secluded back here. So you are going to have desert animals. Because of this greenhouse, it's very secured, so you can plant all of your vegetables and fruits in this garden, and you don't have to worry about any of the animals coming and eating any of your produce. Very neat, very nice. Now, before we wrap this up, this is incredible. So right over here, this is a separate dwelling. Right now, it's kind of more utilized as a shed area, but the second part of it is, there's no drywall, it's just to the studs, but technically you could make another dwelling out of this. You could make it into an old Western saloon if you wanted to, kind of theme it up, whatever you want. But let's pan this over. Take a look at all of this space, all of this land. This is all part of this property. I mean, sky is literally the limit. You could literally build an entire another house, a mega house. I mean, this is pretty much another acre of land that's not being used. So if it were me, I would build a massive structure for 20 cars and an indoor basketball court. That's just me. But tell me, what would you guys do with all of this land? Would you build another dwelling? Would you rent it out? Would you make this an Airbnb paradise? I would love to hear what you think. All right, we've seen a lot of this. Let's go ahead and let's wrap this one up now. All right, guys, tell me, what did you think of this property? Like I just asked you, what did you think of that vacant lot next door? What would you make that into? Because I would love to hear your suggestions and comments. But again, tell me, what did you think about the remodel? For the price, do you think this house is worth it? For people who don't want to live in a cookie cutter neighborhood and have a very small yard, reach out and touch their neighbors. This is very utopian and very unique for Las Vegas. Well, anyways, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. Special thanks to the listing agent and brokerage for allowing me to shoot this property. Stay tuned because we've got many more fantastic properties that we're going to share with you. Please click to subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Deuces.